Well, what a race we were treated to this morning in Melbourne. I think it's safe to say that all the red flags kept us on the edge of our seats until the checkered flag. And now that the race is over, Lewis Hamilton has made a huge admission following on from his podium finish regarding Mercedes and the W14. This is one you don't want to miss, guys, so let's dive straight into the video. Mercedes got off to a great start in Melbourne, leading the race 1-2 coming out of the third corner, which was assisted mainly through a bad start to the race by Verstappen, who quickly got swallowed up by the Mercedes of Russell, who took the lead of the race heading into turn 1. And by the time we were heading out of turn 3, Hamilton made an inside lunge on Verstappen, which handed him second place early on in the race. However, unfortunately for Mercedes, an area where they've been so strong in recent years quickly became a weakness for the W14 of George Russell, who had to retire the car early on in the race with a power unit failure. Thankfully for Hamilton, however, this was not a problem across both of the cars, as his Mercedes showed some genuine pace in Melbourne to keep the AMR23 of Alonso at bay. However, there was simply not enough pace today to keep the RB19 of Verstappen from grabbing the third pole position in a row for Red Bull. As it currently stands, Hamilton has secured the best finish of the season so far for Mercedes. And this has definitely been a positive for Hamilton, who now believes whilst it will be tough to catch Red Bull this year, it won't be impossible. So certainly a change of tune to what we have been hearing in the past weeks from the 7-time world champion. However, there have been complaints from Hamilton that even with the good result today, he is still not feeling connected with the car in the cockpit, as it is too far forward relative to the front wheels. I still feel uncomfortable in the car. I still don't feel connected to it. I'm driving as best as I can with the disconnect, and I'm working as hard as I can to try and create that connection, but I think it's a long project. But still, considering we've been down on performance, we're clearly down on straight line pace compared to the Red Bulls. For us to be up here fighting with Aston Martin is just amazing at this point in the season. We just have to keep on fighting. A big thank you to all the people back at the factory. Let's keep pushing. We can close the gap. It's going to be tough, but not impossible. Hamilton also went on to comment in regards to the early retirement of George Russell and the reliability of the W14. It's been really unlucky for George today. On our side, we've got to look into our reliability. It's generally been really good, so that's really unfortunate. Otherwise, to get these points is really amazing. I definitely didn't expect to be second, so I'm super grateful for it. Now it's clear to me, and I'm pretty sure it'll be clear to you, that Mercedes seem to show some genuine pace in Melbourne. However, we do constantly hear about how bad the car is from the team and the drivers. And this has led Alonso and Carlos Sainz to give their own personal thoughts on the W14 and the lack of performance that the team claim, with the Spaniards believing that there is a lot of over-exaggeration going on over at Mercedes. And when questioned as to whether he was surprised by the pace of the W14, Alonso said, "Not really. I think they were fast in Jeddah already, and they were fast in P2. They are always fast. If you read their comments, it seems they have a car that is going out of Q3, but it is not that car." Sainz, who was alongside Alonso at the time of the interview, also followed up with his own thoughts. "I agree. They are a lot faster than people think. I think especially in the race, in Jeddah, in that race, they had pace very close to Fernando. Lewis and George, they were flat out, and we couldn't keep up with them. So that car is quick. It's clearly not as quick as the Red Bull. No one is. But if they put qualifying together, they can actually be a very strong package too." So I think it is beginning to show that Mercedes have made some significant improvements to the setup and the development of the W14. And it definitely showed today in Melbourne, and that's what got me wondering if we would have seen two Mercedes on the podium today if it was not for the DNF. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me today, guys. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content, and until the next time, bye bye.